I live for nostalgia, and when it comes to video game nostalgia, the original Tomb Raider resides in my mind. The memory of playing Tomb Raider on PlayStation 1 for the very first time is one I'll never forget. Tomb Raider became the standard for many years to come, as it perfected, for its time, platforming, puzzle solving, and combat. Out of the 15 levels of the original game, I decided to rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. Now remember, this is just my opinion, and it may not match yours, but this is my ranking based on my experience with the 15 levels in Tomb Raider. Number 15. The Cistern. The Cistern is a confusing water stage, and let's be real, nobody really cares for water stages. You will spend a good bit of time playing around with the water levels to access areas you have yet to explore. The most exciting part of the Cistern is falling into the exit. Number 14. St. Francis Folly. Sticking with the confusing theme, St. Francis Folly is actually a unique level. I have always just found it difficult to navigate. You can easily get lost looking for levers to pull and doors to enter. You spend most of the level working your way around a very tall structure. One slip up and Laura has a one-way ticket to the bottom of the room. I applaud the effort put into St. Francis Folly, like the Thor room where you must time the hammer, or the Damocles room where you have to dodge falling swords. I'm just not a fan of the confusing layout. St. Francis Folly also has one of the toughest timed secrets. Number 13. Caves. The Caves isn't a bad level, it's just super basic. That's understandable considering it's where you begin the game. Wolves rule the caves, however there is a secret bear fight that you can easily miss. The caves is special because it's where we were first introduced to Lara Croft. And let's not forget about the secret with the largest texture in the game. It's a beauty. Number 12. Tomb of Qualopec. Welcome to the very first tomb in Tomb Raider. After dodging a boulder, Lara can walk up to a gate and see the first piece of the SCION on the other side. It is now up to you to figure out how to get it. The Tomb of Qualopec is more of a puzzle. Yes, some action awaits, some leftover raptors are walking around, but I love the ending of this level. Once you grab the SCION, the tomb begins to collapse and you make your way back to the beginning of the Lost Valley stage to have an encounter with Larson. What a kick!
Thank you.
Number 11. Atlantis. The final stretch has begun when you reach Atlantis. Atlantis has it all: puzzle solving, platforming, and of course combat. Needing to make your way to the top of a chamber is the goal, and you are often reminded of how much higher you have left to climb every time you come back into this chamber. Below, lava awaits for one slight slip up. I would say this, in my opinion, is the most challenging level you have to face in Tomb Raider 1. When I think Atlantis, Lara's doppelganger comes to mind. The doppelganger replicates every move that Lara makes. Shooting it will only get you killed. Some puzzle solving gets you through. Number 10. The Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid is ready to throw everything at you because it's the last level of the game. It starts off with an incredible boss battle and it ends with one too. We've got swinging blades, fiery boulders, and spikes all trying to catch the player off guard as you draw near to the end credits. At defeating NATLA and her beast, you must make one last climb to escape the crumbling pyramid. Number 9. The Colosseum. Taking place in an open-spaced Colosseum, Lara is faced with lions, gorillas, crocodiles, and NATLA'S goon Pierre. If you feel you are skilled enough, you can run them around the arena or shoot them from a distance. I love the little bit of uncertainty, as the Colosseum is mostly dark until you explore the area. We will see more of this once I talk about Sanctuary of the SCION. I believe for me the layout of the Colosseum is one of my favorites. Being able to explore the seating area and the arena itself is nice. Number 8. Palace Midas. I'd say probably one of the lengthiest levels in the game. Palace Midas is quite unique. You will need to find 3 lead bars and turn them to gold before you can leave. So how do you turn them to gold? Well, you do this by using the Midas touch. Find the broken off hand of Midas and lay all 3 bars onto it. Probably the most memorable part of this level is what happens if Laura steps on the hand of Midas. Let's also not forget the time-sensitive fire pillars. You must make your way across the pillars during the small amount of time the fire is out. There is water below in case you fall, but a croc is waiting down there. When done correctly, you should make it in time and you can collect 1 of the 3 lead bars. Number 7. Tomb of TIHOCAN. The Tomb of TIHOCAN could have easily been a part of the Cistern level, but without the complications. Once you get out of the Cistern, this feels like a breath of fresh air, or at least it seems that way. Here we find some clang-clang doors and a giant swinging blade on our way to the Tomb of TIHOCAN. An awesome encounter with our first Atlantean outside the entrance of the tomb spices things up. Pierre is in the tomb and he is finally finished off. Number 6. City of KHAMOON. Introducing a new enemy here, the City of KHAMOON has panthers awaiting for an opportunity to rip your face off. This is the first of a 2-part level as the obelisk is to follow. I can't help but pair the KHAMOON stages together, both beautiful and both fun. City starts off a bit bland, but once you first see that main section with the Sphinx, it's stunning. A pillar is also in this main room with receptacles to put 4 items in. You return to this very area in the following level. Very cool for its time. Number 5. Obelisk of KHAMOON. Obelisk of KHAMOON is beautiful. 4 relics surround the obelisk and you have to drop bridges to access them to put in the receptacles from the previous stage. This level doesn't play around. You know early enough what you have to do, but not exactly knowing how to do it. That's no problem with me because exploring this level is so much fun. I can understand why this could be somewhat confusing, seeing that the level is a decent size, but I think Obelisk of KHAMOON took what St. Francis Folly was and did it to perfection. Number 4. City of VILCABAMBA. For being the second level in this game, I find the City of VILCABAMBA to be action-packed. They had to be thinking, okay, we held your hand through the caves, now have at it. This was when I realized Tomb Raider can actually be a scary game. The scary music kicks in, and so do the jump scares from wolves and a couple bear encounters you don't even see coming. Swimming is introduced here as Lara jumps into a large pool in the center of the level. I was always so confused about Larson appearing in this level in the back of the game case, as he is nowhere to be found. I used to search for him high and low. The City of VILCABAMBA is not hard, but it lets you know what to expect going forward. Watch out for those swinging blades. Number 3. NATLA'S Mines. Interesting enough, you start NATLA'S Mines off defenseless. Notice, I said start off defenseless, as you eventually gain back your pistols. 3 of NATLA'S henchmen are running around the level after taking your weapons. Pick them off one at a time and gain back more weaponry. Defeating the cowboy guy will regain your magnums. Defeating the skateboard punk gets you back your Uzis. Finally, you have an encounter with a big bald man who has your shotgun. I love the shotgun in Tomb Raider and in Resident Evil as it's my go-to. Coming out of the Egypt levels, it's nice to see different scenery. Sometimes too much sand is exactly that. Too much sand. I love the idea of tracking down these henchmen and taking back what's yours. Number 2. Sanctuary of the SCION. Sanctuary of the SCION feels like the largest level in the game. I'm not very sure if that's true, but the large sphinx and dark corners make the player feel so small. Also, the fear of heights can hit you here, as you are reminded by the camera views just how high up you are. Once you have spent close to 20 minutes trying to figure out how to open the door at the bottom of the Sphinx, you go in and drop into an even larger area. What an incredible level design. Number 1. The Lost Valley. Up until this point, you have dealt with bears, wolves, and bats, and there was no knowing what was waiting for you in this beautiful level. The waterfalls aren't the only thing awaiting you in the Lost Valley. A few skeletons are laying around. This should go as a warning. One skeleton died with the first aid on him, and that's just unfortunate. But you are quickly met with raptors. Also emerging from the left out of the darkness, a T-Rex gives you and I both a heart attack. I don't know why, but the ruins in the far back left of the level with the save crystal is my favorite area here. There you'll find a save crystal and a cogwheel, one of the 3 cogwheels you will need to leave the valley. Above the valley, a bridge has fallen apart and you will have to make a massive jump to reach the other side. Thankfully, they left you a save crystal as you approach the jump. There really aren't any bad levels in the first Tomb Raider. We all just prefer some more than others. This game was a masterpiece in 1996 and it still is today. That is my list. What level do you think should be number 1? Head over to my community tab and vote. Thanks for watching.